Today's video is going to be about my decision to go gray the third time.
The original version of this video's audio file was corrupted after being up on YouTube for over a year, with over 1,000 views. Because it's part of my gray hair series, I decided to re-upload it. I hope you enjoy it.
So the decision to go gray is such a personal choice, and I think it's really important to honor those who are making that choice. I know this is my third time trying to grow my hair out gray. The first time I decided to go gray, I was in my late 20s, early 30s. I grayed really early, and I got a lot of negative feedback, like, why are you doing that? It's making you look really old. And so I just was like, wow, that really sunk in and got a hold of my self-confidence and really gave it a rattle. And so I just decided not to. And the second time was fairly recently. I totally bagged out last year. I had really long hair and I'd grown it out like 3 or 4 inches. And then I just like, no, I can't do it. And so this is my third time and I've cut my hair really short and I'm kind of really enjoying the process. It's actually kind of going white. And so I'll show you some of the products that I'm using to kind of help me blend the gray, the white, and the old sort of blonde coloring. So I'm really fortunate. I'm kind of following after my grandfather who his hair turned really beautifully white. I have a couple of relatives who are in their 80s and they have the most gorgeous white hair. That it definitely has been a struggle with making the decision to do it, and we'll see if I stick with it. I kind of hope I do, but even if I don't, I'm going to be kind to myself, and that's okay. And whatever decision you make to whether go gray, color hair, I think it's really tough because you want to feel and portray your best you, but then you can be worried about like, well, what others are going to think and the judgment that comes along with deciding not to color your hair anymore. I know in the Western culture, that's just has become the norm, not to let our hair go gray and to continue to color it. But I think that's definitely changing with the whole Silver Sisters movement and going gray gracefully movement. I think that's really fantastic. But you kind of have to be in the right place and be ready to do it for you and not for anybody else. So what turns our hair gray? I thought this is really interesting. So what happens is the melanocytes down at the papilla, which is the very base of your hair follicle, the melanocytes stop producing pigment. So it's not that they go away, but they just don't produce the pigment or the colorant anymore. And also the hair is infused with air bubbles. So as it turns lighter and lighter and lighter, you have more air and less pigment, so your hair goes white. And it's basically genetically determined. It can be determined by hormones as well. As we know, our hair structure, the coil structure in our hair, and the color change often during the time of puberty and as we age.
So let's take a little bit of a deeper dive. The melanin in our skin is continuously deposited into the keratinocytes over our lifetime, maintaining our skin color. However, the melanin production in our hair genetically just wears out after about 10 cycles around the age 40. So depending on your particular hair growth and shed cycle, 2 to 7 years, you're going to notice a gradual replacement of less and less pigmented hair over time, hence going gray.
So I'm going to throw a few pictures in here of the 3 times that I decided to go gray. I actually might not have a picture of the very first time. It was so long ago, but it was definitely a very salt and pepper look. And then the second time I decided to, it was about a year ago, and then I dyed it again. I had about 3 inches of growth. My hair was really long, and I had about 3 inches of growth. And I guess I just panicked and decided to dye it again. So that was pretty funny. But I'll throw a picture of my pigtails with my gray ends showing. And like I said, the best thing that you can do for someone who is decided to grow out their hair gray is remain quiet while it happens and just watch the progress. You might be surprised. And so, yeah, the decision to join the Silver Sisters or the Going Gray Gracefully is, I'm not sure I really like that term, going gray gracefully. I'm not sure how graceful I've been about this process, but it has been an adventure, let's just say. I'm also going to put in some video of me cutting my hair, and you'll really be able to see the difference of the gray and the blonde differentiation as I continue to cut it off. The first time I cut it, it's just this summer, and I cut off like 6 inches. I went from like shoulder length to sort of mid-length, and then I just went really short. So I've been slowly kind of chopping it so that the color change isn't so abrupt. That's kind of been my way to grow into this gray adventure slowly. And the last time I ended up cutting it myself, actually the last 2 times I've cut it myself, so I'll throw in some video here of me attempting that. I actually did a whole video for you guys of how to how I cut my hair short, but there was no volume. So the whole thing is just like a silent movie. But I thought I'd throw in some clips of that here that you might be interested in seeing how I cut my hair. I'll sort of fast forward it a little bit. And that's where we are. So I'm going to show you kind of, I wear a hair bonnet to bed. That's on a whole nother video. But I'm going to show you kind of where I am. And my hair is actually extremely white, except for like around the back here. And I'll show you the back. It's going out in the back. So that's kind of where I am. I have, it's really hard to tell, but I think I have like maybe 3 inches now of natural color. And like I said, I've been using the purple shampoo by Fanola. I think it's fantastic. It doesn't leave a purple residue for me personally, and it doesn't leave my hair muddy if I use it about once a month, once every 3 or 4 washes. So I'm going to put my hair bonnet back on because I love to get up in the morning, do my little routine, grab my coffee, and I just leave my hair bonnet on, and I sleep in a hair bonnet. I had started doing that when my hair was completely trashed from over bleaching, and it was like just straw. And so I started wearing these little silk bonnets and using some hair oils to kind of get that under control. And I realized that I sleep better with the hair bonnet on. So that's kind of why I wear this thing. And I also love the fact that when I come in and do my morning routine, my hair's out of my face. So I threw just a flat iron through my hair this morning. I have an appointment, so just threw a flat iron in my hair and a little bit of Trinity London's Sheer Shimmer, and I'm ready to head out the door. So I hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks again for joining me. And in the comments, let me know if you have ever tried to go gray, if you're interested in going gray, what's holding you back, what made you make the decision to go gray, and if you have friends that are have decided to go gray and kind of what their opinions are. So I'd really love to hear about your story and your journey about deciding to ditch the dye, as they say, or go gray gracefully, which I can't say that I've gone gracefully. I've kind of gone kicking and screaming. But so just please share down below in the comments. If you like today's content, go ahead and subscribe and give it a thumbs up. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. Take good care of yourselves.